I'm the Understudy, and this is the channel where we discuss everything musical theater related. Today we are reading part 11 of Barron's AP Music Theory, 3rd edition by Nancy Fuller-Scoggin, BME. This is a long book, but this part is relatively short. I'm working my way through it to learn more, and I'm really happy that you're here with me. And before we start, if you have any questions, post them in the comments, and I'll make sure to answer them. This is part 11, said Aural Skills Part 2, Melodic Dictation. The free response or FR section includes 2 melodies that will be performed either by instrument or by voice, and students are expected to write down the pitch and rhythm accurately. This is called melodic dictation. It's free response 1 and 2. As with the sight singing portion, the melodic dictation portion will have 1 melody in the treble clef and 1 in the bass clef. 1 melody will be in simple and 1 will be in compound meter. 1 melody will be in major and 1 will be in minor. The melody will be played 3 times for the first example and 4 times for the second example, with time in between to notate. What skills are required for successful melodic dictation? Recognizing the key, recognizing the meter and understanding the rhythms, understanding the relationship of the pitches to the tonal center, recognizing familiar melodic and rhythmic patterns and their placement in the measure, being able to correctly draw note heads, stems, dots, beams, and accidentals, and flags that correspond to rhythm, and pitches on the staff corresponding to the placement in the tonality. One of the keys to successful melodic dictation is being able to reproduce the melody you hear in your head. Audiation. Listen to the melody as if you were asked to sing it back. It is an oversimplification to state, if you can hear it, you can notate it. But you will definitely have difficulty notating the phrase successfully if you can't retain the melody. Understanding the melody. Know the key and altered notes that may occur in minor from the use of scalar variants. Write down the full scale if that helps you to focus on the available choices. Write down the leading tone in minor. Recognize common beginning patterns. By this time, this is old news. We have do, re, mi, and do, mi, so that are by far the most common patterns. Recognize the most common ending patterns. Mi, re, do, sol, la, ti, do, re, ti, do, ti, re, do, so, ti, do, fa, ti, do, mi, ti, do, re, do, and do, ti, do. Note that in the middle of the exercise, there is generally an implied half cadence. Know that the pitches that constitute the dominant 7th chord, or just dominant chord, so, ti, re, and fa if it's a 7th. The melody will usually be symmetrically related phrases in antecedent-consequent structure of 2 measures each. The first phrase generally ends with an implied half cadence, and the second half of the melody may start with an anacrusis. Understanding the rhythm. Compound meter rhythm menu. Many students have difficulty with the common time, specifically 6/8, which is the one most commonly used, because they often focus on the pitch so that the rhythms are overlooked. Many have difficulty identifying and notating compound meter. So plan ahead by thinking about and writing down what possible rhythms are going to be used. You can't write down every possible combination, but you can certainly anticipate the most often used rhythms. With the rhythm menu, this one, in place, much of the guesswork is gone. You have narrowed down the voices of these 6 one-beat rhythms, variations shown in the menu line, but are implied but not written in the menu. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different things. And there we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different ways of notating the commonly used compound. Okay. These other rhythms are also commonly used in melodic dictation and represent basic division in 8th note patterns. And that is it of part 11. So thank you for watching. If you like what you see, subscribe, post any questions down below, and if not, then move on over to the practice exercise for this chapter. Thank you.